Hi, my name is Vinicius Honorio, and I'm originally from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil.
Hi everyone, this is USAW.
And we're from Milan, Italy.
Hey everyone, this is Red Rooms. I'm a DJ and producer from Berlin.
My artist name is Rebecca Delle Piane. That is my own name, my real name. And I'm from Italy. I live in a small city called Terracina between Rome and Naples.
Hi, HoS. My name is Kameliia and I'm originally from Bulgaria, but I'm based in Oslo, Norway for the last couple of years.
Hi everyone, this is Hadone. I'm French, based in Belgium, Brussels.
Hi, I'm of Sound. This is Bidoben, originally from Morocco, and I'm currently based in Berlin.
My favorite release from Clergy, it will have to be MXT EP by Modular and Temudo.
Mine.
This is a tough one. My favorite track's gotta be Center of the Cyclone by Setak Mas and Cleric. It's a banger.
My favorite release from Clergy is the Panzer Train EP by Albert Zinov. It has a super nice drive and a very distinctive sound design.
My favorite release is Memorex from Steph Mendesidis, definitely.
The one from Bidoben called The Places We Become. In general, the label has such nice releases.
I would say Temudo in Chain. It really creates something like unique atmosphere, so yeah, that's my favorite personal.
I think that I was just searching something new, some new music, and I bumped into The Secret Adjets Blunder from Steph Mendesidis. So it was love at first sight.
I think the first time I heard like a release from the label was maybe like 8 years ago, like with the SPX release called The Contours of Souls, I guess. And yeah, this is one of the first release that caught my attention on the label back in the days.
Oh, this is a complex one. I would say at Jaded here in London, maybe at those ones at Corsica Studios.
The first track that I heard from Clergy was a track from Cleric called Unwanted Arrival, and it was a track released in 2017 or 16, I don't remember, but when I heard it I was like, wow, again we're talking about very mental stuff. It's a little bit slower than the music he's making right now, but it was something special with the track and it grabbed me a lot, and it's probably when I discovered him and the label.
Was Cleric's remix of Show Me That Light. I heard it on a podcast, and that was my introduction to Clergy Records. That track is such a timeless track, and it works every single time, almost 10 years later.
I remember I was at Hardbox. It's a record store in Berlin, and I was digging through the new releases, and I found out this one from Reflect. The track is Passage.
Nice. Mine, I do not remember who was playing. I do remember it was in Magazzini Generali Milan, and it was Sirius by Dax J. It was a good DJ set, but when that track went in, my mind just blew up.
I would say Jim XX. Gosh, the climax going on through the track is crazy. Starting like very calm, this like synth line and very melancholic, emotional coming at the end. Also like the video, like the musical video, and this like fake Paris in China.
Yeah. Well, that guy is all around. Jimmy XX was just absolutely
mind blown.
A track that I wish to wrote is Inner Vision by Cravo. It's a timeless track and probably my most favorite and most played track of all time. It has like a super interesting sound design, a super intense drive, and even now after 4 years it still sounds fresh, and I play it in not every DJ set, but almost.
If I have to think about a track I wish I wrote, it would be definitely Bachelorette by Björk. She's one of my favorite artists ever, and the track doesn't need any introduction, so it's just pure art.
And well, mine, it has to be Mongoose by Sasha. That track, it just starts very deep, very calm, and then you have this build up with the glitches, which is something that I try to replicate sometimes in production, and then out of nowhere it's just this huge electro synth, it's just insane track. Absolutely one of my favorite, if not my favorite piece of work from that era. And it was a old school track, so it's about 10 minutes long, it's just a incredible work of build up, absolutely love it.
Basically anything from Tim Hacker's Rave Date 1972. That is actually my favorite album. It is so raw and layered and makes up such a cohesive body of work. If you would listen to it from intro to outro, it makes up such an honest and reflective listening experience that to me makes it one of the best albums ever produced. So yeah, but like if I only had to pick one track from it, I would go with the opener called The Piano Drop.
Rottweiler by Dole on his own label Arsenic. I think this track is really great. I still play it, I still listen to it. So yeah, it's a really, really unique track, and it has a really special place in my heart.
There is definitely one musical piece that I wish that I wrote myself. It's a composition from Johann Sebastian Bach, Fugue number 16, and it's definitely one of my favorite pieces of him. It's very melancholic and mysterious composition in a way, and it's just very fascinating. I'm just in love with it. It's just so good. Like all the harmonics and everything, the whole story that he's trying to tell with the composition is magical.
Gotta Be The Bells by Jeff Mills. I play this track so often that at this point might as well say that it's the track I wish I've written myself.
My musical guilty pleasure is listening to Louis Acker, who is a German pop Schlager artist. His tracks are a bit trashy, but also super catchy, and I'm a huge fan of him.
I think I would say like Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River, but I think that's a great tune. I don't even see it as a guilty pleasure, to be honest.
I would say my early 2000s playlist from the time I used to be a resident DJ at an ice cream shop in São Paulo. Trust me.
I really listen to a lot of different genres, but I will definitely say that I'm a lot into French pop, French synth pop music. So I really love Vendredi sur Mer. I don't know if I pronounced it well. And I really love pop music in general. So I would say Lady Gaga, Britney Spears.
I have to admit that, you know, my sister used to love him and I used to hate him when we were younger. But then as I grew up, I have to say the Backstreet Boys. Hey.
All good. Not judging. Because you are
Yours?
going to judge me.
All right.
You know, like the neo-melodical music from Naples. Senza te non posso stare perché non va.
Yes,
I would take my friend Ed. He passed a few years ago. And funny enough, we didn't do many dinners. We party a lot together. So dinner would be interesting.
David Bowie, for sure. Mostly because I would be so curious about like his time where he was living in Berlin with
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop, exactly. You know how many stories that would be like.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Is Rodhead, because he's one of my biggest inspirations, and actually his set at Nation of Gondwana in 2014 was my entry door to the proper techno scene.
And well, mine, it has to be Daft Punk. We talked about this before, I know why. It's because we do live sets, and the way we structured a live set, it's very much inspired to Alive 2007. Now the genre is completely different, of course, but you know the way they mesh up and remix themselves,
Like us.
yeah, like what we want to do and what we do during live sets, you know.
Crazy.
It's just, you know, I still listen to it at least once a month from beginning to end, you know, and
Really?
I'm still inspired by that live set. Yeah.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I really want to go out and have dinner with Talisman. I'm enjoying his music for so long time, and I've never met him, and I would love to do this.
I think as a French guy, if I could go to dinner with Daft Punk, it would be great.
This guy right here, Aphex Twin, I would love to just have a conversation with him, to sit with him and just talk, just to pick his brains about everything that he makes and how he makes it. Like his legacy in electronic music is really unmatched. So yeah, Aphex Twin.
I'd really love to go out for a dinner with FKA Twigs. I really love her as an artist, and I love all the concepts behind her music. So if you are watching this, please go out with me for dinner.
Easy one. Cidinho e Doca, Bonde do Espelho, to inspire fear on the heart of my opponents.
Run with the Wolves by The Prodigy.
I think you don't want to guess mine.
Probably not. You're probably not.
I would go for Darude, Sandstorm.
You're a walking meme, dude.
Big L, The Enemy.
Oh, I will definitely say The Prodigy, Breathe, or Smack My Bitch Up.
Okay, I think I will take a track from Sophie called Beep. I don't know why, but it's the first track that came to my mind.
The Story of Light, William Orbit.
Definitely that one time when I was playing in New York and a guy spilled a drink on me, his beer, and I was smelling like a beer the whole night. But I guess it happens, you know.
So we were setting up everything during the sound check. And remember there was the technician trying to make the two speakers on
The monitors,
the
nothing was coming out,
the
and this
stage.
guy was just writing the gain, you know, just playing with the faders,
And then
I'm like,
all of a sudden,
yeah.
next to my left ear, it was like this huge speaker, and then bam, the music came out, and I got deaf.
So I asked the liaison, where's the next DJ? She's like, you're the next DJ. And the police came over, right, and stopped the party, and no one could leave, including myself, for another hour because the promoter's dad had to come to the party and pay a fine to let everyone go.
When I played at a gig in my hometown, there was a guy standing in the first row, and out of nowhere he turned off the main switch of the DJ booth and everything went quiet from 1 second to the next.
I went in a lot of strange situations, but I think that my favorite one, it was in Germany. And while I was playing, that guy in front of me gave me €5. And he was writing on his phone, "Thanks for your music, €5 for you, for your ice cream later, for your food later." I don't remember well, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite one.
There is that one time in Paris for Mono Black Nights with Dax, and like the table, the booth almost fall off from the stage, and I took it with my hands. Dax helped me, but if I'd fall, like the night would be like killed, I guess.
It was one of my first gigs. I on my way to the club, like I had my USB sticks on this little pouch, and I dropped it on the way there. And when I got to the club, I realized that I didn't have it. Super stressful, quite traumatic as an experience. Wouldn't recommend.